Welcome to the Arts in Medicine studio. I have a very special guest today who inspired me to think about play and art in a very parallel way. She's an artist. She's an amazing partner to John, who we visited before and experimented with making mistakes when you're painting. And she's here today with us to talk about making paper dolls. We also have Raya with me. Hi, Raya.
Hello.
And Ishaan and Juno.
Hi.
Oh,
So nice to see you guys. Hi, Anki.
hi.
How are you? Oh my gosh, what's behind you? I see a landscape.
Yes, this is a background that I made so that my paper dolls have a fun place to live and go exploring.
That's incredible. A little bird told me, Anki, that when you were a kid, you didn't even know you wanted to be an artist. Could you share with our friends what happened?
Sure. I always like to draw. I would draw a lot. This is one of my drawing books from when I was 7 years old. And I like to draw, figures a lot. I like butterflies. And I liked a lot of things with wings. I made a lot of characters with wings. And I also like queens and princesses and all kinds of stuff like that. There are a lot of crowns in my work.
But you still didn't know you wanted to be an artist.
No, I didn't. I didn't know you could be an artist. I didn't know any artists. There weren't any artists around me or any artists in my town, which was a very small town. So I thought, in my head, I thought all the artists were dead and their work were in museums. And I didn't really know that you could be an artist today.
That's incredible. So when was your aha moment?
I was studying economics. I was going to be an accountant because I wanted to get a good job, and then I ended up spending a lot of time drawing my student friends in class instead of really paying attention to the math. And then I thought, I just wanted to take 1 year and do something fun after all of that school because it was kind of boring. And then I took 1 year of school where we would draw and we would do crafts and sewing, and I just loved it. And then I did another year, and I think at some point one of the teachers said, I think only 10% of you or something like that will become artists after this. And I said, oh, I'm going to be one of those.
10% is a lot.
And then I was like, what happened? What? Am I going to be an artist? And
so how old are you when you realized that?
I think I was about 19, maybe 20.
And today you are a practicing artist, and that's what you do to make a living and celebrate your spirit?
Yeah, like most artists, I have a job on the side, which is good because that means I don't have to worry about people buying my art. I can make anything I want, and I can still make enough money to, pay my rent and get my food and everything. So that gives me a lot of freedom, which is actually really great.
That is so inspiring.
Some people ask how you become successful as an artist, and I said, it's pretty easy. You just need to work twice as hard as everybody else because you need to do your art and you need to do your work as well.
And I'm really grateful that among all your painting and all your exhibitions, which you guys can find the link to Anki's artwork in the description of our video, that with all that, the fascination with characters, how they're dressed, and the change that happens to them is in your work. And I was wondering if you can walk us through making paper dolls.
Sure. In some ways, in my artwork, I'm still making paper dolls because I'm making characters and they're going into spaces in my paintings and they do different things. Lately, they've been throwing a lot of sheets over themselves and they kind of look like ghosts, but they're also pretty funny. So you can make, big paper dolls and you can make small paper dolls. This is one that I was just cutting out the layout, the pattern for a paper doll. So I was just cutting that out. I'm almost done cutting it out. And when I do that, you know, it's hard to make a paper doll in this really flimsy paper. So I draw around this once it's cut out onto a heavier paper, and then I cut that out. But this light one becomes my pattern for all the clothing I want to make, or outfits, or, you know, all kinds of stuff. You can let your imagination run wild and make all kinds of stuff for your paper dolls.
So your paper drawing becomes your template because tracing it on a heavy paper gives you the doll that you'll be working with.
Exactly. And then I'll pull up one of my dolls. This one is going into space. He's got a spacesuit on, but then I could take the clothing off. So this one I created on a little bit heavier paper, a little bit cardboard, you know, and I made him a face. There's two ways you can do that. Either you make tabs. I'll fold them out so you can see all the tabs on this outfit. And you want the tabs to be on the top of something, because if you made a tab underneath, it would just fall off and you lifted the doll off. So it's important that the tabs are on the top parts. So on the shoulders, on top of the head. And then I just fold all the tabs in.
Kind of like backpacks. Everything's on top. If you wore a backpack from below, it would just fall off.
Exactly, because the weight of the outfit needs to be on the upper parts of the character. So then it stays on. Another thing you can do is, this is a little dot of a hook and loop. These like Velcro. They stick together. So if you put one part of this on the outfit and one part of this on the figure, then you can use that to make it stay. And I'll show you that. And you can cut them into halves or quarters, and that is enough. So here's a doll I made with the sticky stuff, with the hook and loop. So you can see on the back of this, her top of her head has that, and the back of the hair has it, and then it just sticks on.
How do you stick it on the doll, the back of it?
The hook and loop, you can take off the clear plastic.
And it's sticky?
And it's sticky.
Oh, that's easy.
Yes, very easy.
It's like a double stick tape with Velcro that attaches so you can change your doll. And I actually was thinking how much fun it would be to make two opposite characters on one doll, one in the front and one in the back. At the clinic, we always do like happy and sad, like even signs for the room are "you're welcome," and the other side would say "stay out." So we're able to express ourselves.
You can have a doll on one side and one on the other. So the trick with these is when you make the clothing, it's hard to like figure out exactly where they're gonna match. So what you do is you put both sides on the figure, and then you clear off so the sticky part is up, and then you just put the clothing on top of it and really press down so it sticks to it. And then when you peel it off, it's going to be in the perfect spot on the clothing. Because if you put it on the clothing first and then try to match it to what's on the doll, that might be really difficult.
And Nitza, if you remember, we actually have a really big paper doll at the clinic.
Cruella de Vil.
Yes, and she's really big. So we have a human-sized paper doll in the clinic, and we always dress her up for all the holidays. We make her, on Halloween, we make her a little scarier. We give her a pumpkin to carry.
That's so fun. That would be a lot of work, making the whole outfit for that big doll. You need some really big paper.
not only sometimes we have a lot of time, but also I think that being able to have a group work on one composition to where it's not just one artist that makes something helps us take care of each other.
I just wanted to show you. So I made another like kind of superhero outfit for her too. So I can just stick it on and then she could have this hair, or I made another so she could also look like that.
Kind of like a wig, because we also like making dolls with no hair at all.
Yeah,
Oh.
absolutely. So you could make it anything you want.
But Anki, how do you decorate it? So you have the doll out of cardboard. So are you painting the doll itself, or are you just painting the clothes for the doll?
I did both. I painted my dolls. I made one is sort of pinkish and one is kind of blue. Of course, you can make them any color or skin color that you like. They could be anything you want them to be.
That's great. So when you move the clothes, they're actually dressed up. It's not embarrassing.
Exactly. They have undies on.
And could you, because it's on paper, are you supposed to use any particular way of coloring it? I mean, could you use crayon and markers? And
Absolutely. I use everything. I've been using crayons, like on, let me see, where's the dress now? On the dress here, I used crayon, like I used watercolor for the main part. And then to put in more details, I use color pencils and crayons. So all the blue on this is crayon and the red is color pencil. So I just, you know, do all the finer details. Like
It looks like it has a different texture. I mean, you can almost see the fabric is well constructed. You got a great idea for the feeling of the fabric, even though it's only paper.
yeah, you can make shadows and lines and everything. And it's fun to look at. You can look at magazines or books for getting ideas. So you can make historical outfits or futuristic outfits or anything you want. And if you want to show the skin of the character, like on the legs here, I just use the same color as I used on the.
fantastic. You know, I like the fact that you combined crayons and watercolors. Not only we have them in our art box, but also crayons are made out of wax and watercolor is just water. So once you use the crayon, the watercolor is not going to be able to stick to the crayon. It's called resist. So please don't resist what kind of artwork you're making, but please play with the different materials. You have to see how the materials interact.
Absolutely. It's so much fun playing with material, and I do the same when I make my own drawings or paintings. I use all kinds of materials with, and I visited an artist yesterday who used acrylic and oil and spray paint and crayons and all kinds of stuff putting into her work. And she likes when things maybe break a little bit. So there's unusual things happening in her work, and she likes all of that happening. So she has fun just to see what happens.
And Raya, I wanted to challenge you and the rest of my Arts in Medicine studio friends and artists. In the last couple of episodes, we worked on creating cardboard houses. I remember you made a theater and had a ballet dancer dancing in. I was wondering if now that we've witnessed how Anki take the road to creating the characters and actually uses painting to make the backdrop, and so we can guess where the characters are. So we have a background, we have a foreground. I was going to challenge everyone to go ahead and create their own kind of paper dolls and either send it to me at AIMNitza@gmail.com or watch the next episode, because we're doing a throwdown. How could we make our own dolls in a...
I really want to see that too.
I will send you all that stuff, Anki, and I'm definitely going to share your art and wisdom with our community, and can't wait till we get back to the studio and bring you as a guest to to make slime, to play in water and glitter, to paint, and to enjoy life for what it is.
It sounds
Thank
like
you.
that's going to be a lot of inspiration for me as an artist. I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. And you guys have a great day. Happy October. And talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.